Hi everyone, how are you? Good to be here. Quite hard, isn't it, to take anything seriously or do anything seriously when you've got Chris Johnson in the chat. But nice to see you on here, Chris. Always a pleasure. Never a chore. What is it today? It is Wednesday, 9th of July. Hope everyone's having a great day. I did check the OES today. No new pop-ups. The last one obviously came about 2 days ago now, I suppose. If you haven't had chance to read it, just log into it. O News is the new header for it. It's going to be numbered as well, so we can keep up to date and know exactly where we are with those pop-ups. So go and have a read of it. Very informative. Obviously, heed the warnings, etc. There is still house clearing going on in the background by our CEO, Ash Mufara. So be very mindful, guys, of what you do and how you go about your business as far as this company is concerned. Okay, I'm liking this topic for today. It came to me last night and I did a bit of research, patience and persistence. And I did a bit of research for it. I think it's one of the biggest traits you need to have to be successful online. And everything I've been doing is very much geared to giving you guys the best possible insight into how to be successful online in any business, whether it's this one we're in with our CEO, Ash Mufara, but it also applies to really any business that you are doing either online or in the normal sense of face-to-face, etc. All of these things that I'm bringing to the table, each one is as important as the other. It's the collectiveness of all of them that you bring to the table with that knowledge that makes the big difference. And if you listen to what I'm bringing, if you learn a little bit from it, and you implement these things to your own business when we get going in the next phase, you will certainly see the dividends it pays by utilizing what I am trying to teach you, what I'm trying to bring to the table. It will make a difference, but more importantly, it will save you money. Now, we're all about that, aren't we? Trying to do as much as we possibly can without spending any money so that we get the best returns on our time and on the work we're putting into being a successful entrepreneur online. Now, I am going to share my screen with you guys today. I was talking to somebody yesterday about me, and I've got notes that I use an AI bot to research what I want to do. I use the Google AI bot for my research when I'm researching all of these things. And rather than just listening to me talk about it, I thought, and when I spoke to this person, he said, yeah, it's a good idea, Red, to put it up there. So we will do that for this. Let me go and share it. Let me have a look. Share screen. Here we go. And we are going to be sharing this one here. Okay, dokie. Just put in the chat if you can see that screen. That'll be great. And then we can get it, or we can see it because I can see it on mine as well. Okay, then. So let's crack on then. Patience and persistence in an online business. Why is it so important? And as you can see in front of me here, it says here it is crucial for success in online business, requiring a balanced approach to navigating challenges, building long-term growth. Patience involves accepting that success takes time and setbacks are inevitable, while persistence means consistently working towards goals despite obstacles and delays. Flexibility is also key, adapting strategies based on feedback and results. Now then, before we move into why it's important and all the rest of it, let's just look at what that is written there. I haven't written this. This is what I have researched. This is what it's come up with. Okay. One of the key parts of that is success takes time and setbacks are inevitable. Rings a bit of a bell, doesn't it? Okay. We have had that with our business. Okay. We know it is going to be successful because of when we got started, how quickly we grew, but we have had setbacks. This is an inevitable part of what business is all around. I'm not making this up. This is written. This is what I researched. And it is also important to understand that while the patient side takes care of the time element and the setbacks, it's also important to be persistent with working towards your goals using consistency, okay, despite any obstacles and delays that you might incur along the way. I've said it, haven't I, before, of one of the key elements if you are going to go down the route of doing anything in front of a camera, posting blogs or vlogs, posting things on Facebook, commenting in areas, etc. That consistency, okay, will pay dividends. I can't say it any other way than that. Okay, if you are consistent, you've got the if you are persistent with your consistency, you are patient along the line, you will get the results. So why is patience important in an online business? Well, for a start, building relationships, guess what? They take time, don't they? Meaningful relationships with customers, suppliers, partners, they take time to cultivate. It's something that's not going to happen overnight. Okay, you need to be prepared that this has a time element to it. Building a rapport with people, building trust with somebody, building knowledge of what your business is about, and also having that collectivity about you and the gap or the bridge between your clients, your suppliers, etc., does take time to cultivate. If you remember back to one of the webinars with our CEO, he was actually talking about how he believes moving forward in business now online, people are actually going full circle now back to having that relationship with somebody when they are buying things. Now, I don't know about you guys, but certainly my wife Jane, she buys things off Vinted on Amazon, other sites, and she makes sure that when she's buying from a person, that she has a look at their profile, she has a look at the reviews, she has a look at things about that person prior to buying an item from them. Why? Because there's so many people out there who are literally trying to scam you, trying to take your money, not giving you the goods and services that you think you are buying. So you have to really start building up this relationship with the people that you are buying in any means that you possibly can. And this is part and parcel of why Ash Mufareh thinks that we are now going full circle back to having that relationship, because it builds trust, it builds confidence, it builds a brand, it builds all of the things that help you to have a successful business online. Cultivating trust, gaining that customer's trust and loyalty requires consistent engagement with your customer, quality service, not instant gratification. We've heard before about that saying. What's it called? Delayed gratification. What is that? That is something that when you put the work and effort into it, you might not have any return from that work and effort to begin with. But if you are consistent, persistent, okay, and you are prepared to go with it, you will get the rewards from that delayed gratification down the line, because you are cultivating trust with your customers, you're building a relationship, and this adds to what? Long-term growth. Why? because you're going to get repeat customers. You're going to get people coming back. It builds a sustainable online business. Taking time and consistent effort doesn't happen overnight. But if you prepare yourself for the long journey ahead of you in your online business and not expecting instant gratification as far as sales is concerned, as far as customers is concerned, as far as people looking at your website, then you are focusing down the line. You're not focusing on what is there right here, right now. This is what, in the English saying, separates the men from the boys. Those that are consistent, persistent with what they are doing, okay, end up having the best results. Obviously, all of that takes a whole lot of patience. You have to understand that that all goes hand in hand to be successful online. Also, what will help you with your goal setting, with your patience, with that persistence and cultivating trust, etc., is having realistic expectations of what you are trying to achieve. This helps your patience in entrepreneurs to set realistic goals and understand that success is a journey with ups and downs. It's not going to be smooth. If you've run your own business, if you have had any dealings whatsoever with online business, you will know that it is literally like this. It's not a flat line that goes steadily up like this. There is massive highs and there is massive lows. Why? Because there is anomalies that happen to you in your business journey that really are outside of your control. For instance, people might want chargebacks on goods and services they don't like. Returns, things like this are outside your control because people are people at the end of the day. They change their minds, they don't like it, whatever it may be. So you have to be very prepared to have these ups and downs in business. It's part of the course. Okay. What we are trying to do is to give you the knowledge so that you go in with your eyes open, armed with the knowledge that, yes, I hope it's going to be a nice, smooth climb to my success. But the reality is not. The reality is it's going to be this big old wave, but it is going to steadily go in the right direction. So why is persistence important as far as building a successful online business? It helps with resilience. Persistence helps entrepreneurs bounce back from setbacks and adapt to changing market conditions. Now, if you remember, I said to you, one of the most important parts of online business and your marketing is gaining information and gaining data. If things are going good in your business, right, that should not deter you and stop you from doing the long game. What do I mean by this? I told you the story, didn't I, about when I had my business in the UK and over in Spain. I used to do forecasts. I used to do weekly, 2 weekly, monthly, and 3 monthly forecasts of my business on a spreadsheet. So once a week, put down what we had taken on that week, income, expenditures. I then went to 2-week period. I then went to a 1-month period, and then I went to a 3-month period. Okay. When you do that consistently, okay, over a period of time, guess what you end up getting? Trends and data. So what happens is the 3-month data that you collect over a year, over 2 years, okay, enables you to see trends before they are happening. If your 3-month trend of your business is starting to go like that, whereas last year or the year before, at that time, it was going up like this, then you know something is going wrong. But you've got time to do something about it because you're 3 months ahead of the problem. You see what I'm doing here? So just because you might see your business going really well from the off and all the rest of it, you should always put into place some fail safes, things that you can use as guides within your business so that you can trend where you are and what is going on within your business. If you don't do that, you're just guessing. But having that resilience within your business will certainly aid you in being successful. Any setbacks, any changes, anything that happens, it will help you to bounce back. Things that you are out of your control. I'll give you one example that nobody ever thought and knew would happen. And people had to be very resilient in their businesses to be able to bounce back. The pandemic. Who would have thought anything would have happened like that in their lifetime, in their business? We were in business when that happened. We had to be extremely resilient to bounce back and come out the other end. This is where it really does show the true resilience and spirit of individuals within businesses if they can weather those storms. Being able to overcome challenges helps with that persistent trait of entrepreneurs, ensuring that they don't give up when faced with obstacles or initiate initial failures at the beginning. You are going to get them. Okay, I'm not going to say that it's going to be plain sailing. You're going to get setbacks. You're going to get people who say no. You're going to get non-sales. You're going to go for an awful long time without anything happening. But if you are persistent, if you are going to succeed in your endeavors of what you are trying to achieve, you have to have that persistent trait as an entrepreneur to be able to succeed. It helps you to achieve your goals. Consistent effort and dedication, even when progress is slow, are essential for reaching long-term objectives. Obviously, you put in smaller goals along the way. These are your wins. These are what you should get excited about. These are the things that inspire you to keep on going. You don't have to have big wins to give yourself a lift. Little wins along the way of your journey will inspire you to stay the course, to keep on doing what you want to do to get to your own goals. It helps you also to develop skills. Persistence allows entrepreneurs to learn from mistakes and improve their strategies over time. Does that ring a bell? Do you think that our CEO has learned from his mistakes of what went wrong? Do you think that those mistakes have aided him to improve his strategy of where we are going to go next? This is the art of being successful. This is all part and parcel of how entrepreneurs who are successful look at business. They don't look at the setbacks. They look at, have I learned something from it so that next time I'm not going to make the same mistake? This is what we need to learn from. We need to take this as positives, even though they might feel as negatives, because they are going to aid you in your business moving forward. So you have to also balance out the patience and persistence along the line. Being flexible, adapting to different situations and feedback is crucial for maintaining and a persistent yet patient approach to your business. Sometimes you get to the end of your tether. Sometimes you feel like chucking the towel in. Sometimes you look and you think, I can't go on. I'm done with this. I just can't do it any longer. And then you give yourself a good talking to. You look at yourself in the mirror and say, Red, I've come this far. I am not going to give up now. This is all part and parcel of being flexible, of maintaining the enthusiasm for your goals of where you want to go. Strategic follow-up is also very important. Adjusting, following up strategies based on customer preferences and needs is vital for building relationship and closing deals. Like I said earlier, it's important to have a strategy. Have your data so that you know where you are within your business. Do regular feedbacks, do follow-ups on individuals, on people, on social media, so that you get a good idea of what is going on and where you are in the marketplace. Without it, you're a little bit lost. Continuous learning. Analyze those results, adapt the strategies based on the data that you have received and the feedback, ensuring continuous improvement in your business. You can never, ever, ever stop improving your business. You might think it's going fantastically. You might think, why do I need to improve? Why do I need to change? Why do I need to do all of this if I am earning money? Because it's a long game, guys. Because you are serious about your business. And being serious about your business means that you are going to go with what is new, what is upcoming, what the customer wants, from the feedback that you've got from it, what new things are coming out. All of these sort of things are important for the longevity of your business. Focus on that relationship. Remember, we said prioritizing building strong connections with your customers and partners over short-term gains is essential for your long-term success. I cannot emphasize enough of how important having that relationship with your customers, so that they trust you as a individual, knowing that you are going to give them the best products at the best prices, and also that you are going to help them with any problems that they may have. This builds up a lot of loyalty, a lot of respect, and this is where your future gains are going to be. If you can keep one customer with you throughout the journey, you're doing really well. Imagine if you can keep 10 customers all the way through your journey, how well you're going to be doing that. If you can keep 100 customers all happy, all rebuying, or buying new products all the time, how much easier is it going to be for you to develop a business that is going to be successful? So think long, not short, and make sure you stay focused, maintaining a clear vision, and stay committed to goals while being flexible in your approach. This is key to a successful business. So guys, in conclusion, having that patience and persistence in business is almost as important to all of the other things that I've brought to the table so far. I've told you about marketing and data and websites and being on getting your web page up on Google rankings, SEOs, all of the other things that go into a successful business. This part, patience, persistence, the relationship that you have with your customers, in my opinion, is the key to having a successful online business. I would not be surprised that in the future, with our next phase and our CEO, Ash Mufareh, that we don't see something aligning with what he said about that business customer relationship and how we all fit into it. It's going to be exciting to see how it all pans out. I am excited to see what happens with this next phase, where it's going to go and where it's going to take us. I really do believe that what we're going to have our hands on is going to be something extremely special. Anyway, guys, that's it from me. Let's go over quickly to the live on here. I'm going to put 5 T Club memberships in the chat for you right now. First come, first serves. So if you want to have a free T Club membership for 1 month, get ready as soon as I can find it and get it up. Then just grab it and you will be a T Clubber for 1 month period as soon as the chat comes up. Come on, do your thing. There you are. Lovely, lovely. Let's do that. Membership gifting. Go get them, guys. Okay, there you go. They went quick, didn't they? That's it. I'll do it again halfway through the month in a couple of weeks' time or so. I have 10 a month to give away. And so it'll be again, first come, first served once again. And obviously you can grab them if you can. That's it from me. I'm at the daughter's tomorrow cleaning the backyard, but I should be on at normal time and I shall bring something else to the table. That's it from me. Bye for now.